Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Teesha. Today's Tuesday. It's very early on a Tuesday. This is like 5:30 a.m. So we are in the middle of getting ready for work, but I still wanted to put together a top 10 for you. So on Tuesdays, we do top 10 of our favorite scent notes. Now, I've done a lot of my absolute favorite scent notes, but this one was fun for me to put together. I just have recently been feeling like there's so many floral scents that I have been absolutely loving. So I thought I'd put together a list and share it with you. Now, I am new to floral, so this is definitely not an all-inclusive list for sure. I would love for you all to sound off in the comments and tell me some of your favorite florals, why you love them. And I'm going to share these with you, but like I said, I'm very, very new, so these are mostly new scents. Couple in here that I've had for a little bit, but even when I had picked them up before, I was like, not my favorite scent note to wear. Again, I love a fruity floral moment. Like that's my favorite way to wear a floral. But as you'll see in here, there's kind of like a theme as to what kind of florals I like. So let's just jump right into it. So we're going to start with the first one. This is probably the newest to my collection for sure, but I do think it definitely belongs on this list because it's absolutely gorgeous. The reason it falls so high up on the list, and remember, this isn't a ranking in terms of like 10 being something I don't love up to 1 being I love. I love everything on this list. This is all in my collection, but I haven't burnt this yet. So I didn't feel like I could give it too much of a further down love until I burnt it and really enjoyed it. Having said that, I picked up Enchanted Peony from Homeworks, and look at this jar. Isn't this just so pink and pretty and girly? The jar attracted me, but also the scent notes: violet peony, pink camellia, leafy greens, and fresh blackberry. Now, I've heard from a lot of big fans of Homeworks that Harry really does fruity florals and florals with fruit and fruit with florals well. So I was excited to see what that blackberry would do mixed with the peony. But this is just very fragrant on cold. I really pick up the greenery, the peony. I don't know exactly if I could pick out what camellia or I think it's camellia is, but I think the blackberry is just giving this even more sweetness. Now, I find peonies to be very sweet, so it is a flower that I've always loved. You're going to see other peony scents on this list, but this one is so nice. And my experience so far with Homeworks is that some of the fruity blends I've picked up, and of course was gravitating to first, or the gourmands, are kind of light, but this is so strong on cold. I'm imagining this to be one of those signature powerhouses from Homework. So I'm going to light this up soon, and I'll include it in my review if I can. I do have a lot of gourmands I've tried because, again, I do gravitate towards them, but this one I just knew would be strong. And every once in a while, I like a blend candle. I like something that's mellow. I don't need everything to be a powerhouse, but this one I think really will be just based on its cold sniff. So the next one is a candle that I've had around for about 2 years or so. This is Wild Poppy. I love poppies. I love daisies, poppies, sunflowers. Like, I like those like happy floral moments. Daisies, so cute. So I picked it up based on that. This is Wild Poppy's Sun-Drenched Mandarin Honeydew Rose with essential oils. The rose scared me at first, but I liked the fruit blend with the poppies. I thought, oh, that might be really interesting. This is so pretty. I feel like the rose in here lends more to like a perfume scent note than a true floral scent note. I really do get a fruit, like a perfumey floral, but it's not one of those like heavy, mature woman grandma scents, if you will. This is really pretty, very strong. And I do pick up those fruit notes, but they definitely are more of a sweet, juicy scent to mix in with that floral, more so than you can specifically pick out honeydew or what was the other one? Mandarin. I think this is really beautiful. I wish this would come back. I think it would make a beautiful spring candle. So I haven't burnt that one yet because I like to have one in my collection of candles I really enjoyed. Okay, the next one is this one. This is one of my first rose scents that I fell in love with. I actually really did enjoy Pink Petal Tea Cake. Really, really enjoyed that one. I got it in the, I can't remember what it was called. Was it Soft? Because it had come out before that one, and then that was like a candle day. Really got a lot of buzz. I remember, some of the candle channels I watched back then, they were like, my beloved Pink Petal Tea Cake came back. And so I picked it up, and they had Home and Comfort and Nook, and I picked up that whole collection. I want to say it was like 2017, but I could be wrong on that. But this came out in 2019, and I really enjoyed Pink Petal Tea Cake, but I didn't buy to collect like I do now. So when I bought a candle that I wasn't sure about, I'd buy one. And guess what? It used to happen on Candle Day. You had to get there earlier, they'd sell out. They weren't even available a second day. Well, they only used to have one day, be Candle Day, but they weren't even available by noon that day. So if I liked it, I didn't have time to go home, burn it, and try it. And I would never exchanged candles back then. So anyways, long story short, when this came out the following, I think it was 2 years later, I was like, you know what? I loved Pink Petal Tea Cake. I want to see what this is about. This is Ballerina Rose Petals, Soft Peony Blossoms, and Summer Greenery. This is a very close to Rosewater and Ivy. Funny thing is, because it started with rose, I was just like, nope, I can never try that candle. And I love that candle. But this one is just very soft and feminine and pretty, floral, delicate. It's really nice. But again, this is true floral. There is no fruit in here. There's no additional notes to make it sweet. This is just a floral candle. But isn't that just the cutest jar? I loved the name of it too. I just thought it was pretty. So the next one, this one is a favorite of mine. This is Perfect Peony. This is a 2000, I think this came out as like a full line, which was really exciting. So this has notes of Pink Lady Apple, Sorbet Peony, Vanilla, Sandalwood. First of all, I don't know what Sorbet Peony is, but I knew I loved Sandalwood and I love the Pink Lady Apple note. I love this candle. I love this body care so much. Let's see, I think I pulled out other pieces. Yeah, I have the body spray, I have a lotion, a shower gel, I even have the perfume. This is such a delicious scent because it does have a strong floral presence, but that Pink Lady Apple makes it so sweet. And I just think it was a perfect scent note to add to this whole set. But I will never burn this candle until they maybe bring it back. I think the packaging is just so beautiful. But I do love just like a cold sniff of it. And again, it does smell very similar to like Ballerina Rose or the Enchanted Peony, but the fruit note in here does make it distinct. So this really does have that Pink Lady Apple, and I love not mixing the candle so much, but maybe with a wallflower plug. I love mixing this with pink tie-dye because it makes it a nice fruity, fresh floral. I knew I wasn't going to be able to say that. Fruity, fresh floral, and it's delicious. So give it a try if you have both. Okay, next is something new to my collection, but I just kept hearing everybody talk about it, so I had to pick it up, and I love it. This is the Victoria's Secret Velvet Petals Heat, and this has notes of sugared iris, golden amber, and velvet petals. And I had never grabbed the original Velvet Petals, but I had smelled it in store, and I really enjoyed it. But this version I like a heck of a lot better. I don't know if it's that sugared iris that's different. I'm not well versed on Velvet Petals to tell you what's different about this one, but I do not by any means own every flanker of everything, but this was one that I just heard so many people talking about and saying it was really good, so I had to grab it. So this is new to my collection, but this is a beautiful floral scent. It's very sweet. It smells like perfume. I love it. Okay, so next is a candle that I never would pick up in the past. I saw this candle come out several years in a row, and I was like, that's too floral for me. I'll get Tutti Frutti Jelly Beans, and the candy girl in me was happy, and, you know, the floral girl that was scared, I just never picked it up. This is so, like, 90s vibes right here with these daisies. I love it. Reminds me of, like, Eastery or whatever from, like, Maurice's back in the day. But what is Spring is Sprung? It's Easter lilies with dew-covered grass and early spring air. Now, you guys know, sometimes that air note is a no for me, but this is just really authentically smells like Easter. So I think I shared in the video where I talked about this candle. My grandma always took me to a lot of floral gardens and stuff. She had flowers everywhere. She planted them every year in her garden beds. She always picked out Easter lilies. So her home smelled like an Easter lily. And so this candle has like a scent memory for me. I always loved florals, like for real flowers, like, you know, getting flowers and things. I just never wore them on my body. Cause sometimes I think, you know, I had Avon ladies and things like that in my life. So like, I always kind of thought those perfumes made you smell like older, you know, I was just like, not for me. But this candle is beautiful. It is super powerful. But I really love all the notes in here incorporate and make, like I said, I actually reviewed this candle with the windows open, still getting a completely full open area, lingering to all the different hallways. This candle traveled wherever you let it go, and I really enjoyed it. But that is probably the only candle I have that's like, it reminds me of early spring, Easter, going to the floral gardens with my grandma to pick out her lilies. Like, I just love that. Okay, next is some more body care. This scent I picked up on a whim, hoping it would be more of like a coffee scent than a rose scent, but I absolutely fell in love with this scent. This is Whipped Rose Latte. It came out around Christmas time. As you can see, I haven't used a ton. We've been getting so much that anything that has the tiniest dent, I'm like, see how much I've used of this scent? But regardless that I haven't used half this bottle, every time I wear this scent, whatever I pair it with, I really, really enjoy the blend. This is crushed rose petals, cocoa flower, whipped foam. And it doesn't really have a coffee presence, but it does smell kind of like you're in a coffee place, coffee shop. You know what I mean? And I just love the way that the rose petals really smell like rose petals, not like a rose, again, like an oil or fragrance oil or anything. It really smells authentic to me and my nose. And the cocoa flower, I don't know what that is, but it does have like a little bit of that coffee foam scent to it, but it's really beautiful. I know that a lot of people that didn't get their hands on this wish that they could, and I know it's available on Macari, but scents like this do kind of come back sometimes for SAS and things, so maybe if you hold out, you will see it return. But I'm actually really happy I picked this up, and I was super leery to grab, but it ended up working out well for me. Okay, next is a scent you guys already know I love, Dahlia. This is Velvet Dahlia Petals, Crisp Pear, Praline Musk, and Whipped Tonka Bean. I loved so much of this scent, even though, again, I had very little floral in my collection at the point that I picked up Dahlia. I have it in like a perfume spray too, and a lotion and a shower gel. I just pulled this. But what I love about it is I love that praline and tonka bean and just about anything. I'm spraying this all on my jacket. But this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. I don't know how else to describe it. I know that's not great, but I would have never gravitated towards this. I'm just super happy that I have it in my collection. It just really has a presence, I guess is the best way I would say it. And it's not heavy on anything, but it all mixes together and makes just a very, very beautiful scent. Okay, next is a candle that I remember. I feel like you guys could just tell me like, whatever, girl. I used to say last year this was the candle that would make me cough in store. And, you know, for the last couple of years, we haven't wanted to cough in public. So I always strayed away from even smelling this candle. But something this year, again, my preferences have changed just enough to where I know the packaging initially drew me in. I love this whole set. I called this the Willy Wonka collection, but I've heard people say even more creative things like this is like Haunted Mansion wallpaper or ice cream soda shop vibes. But I went ahead and got everything, and I didn't know how me and Pink Vanilla and Lilac was going to get along. But here I am to tell you that I really enjoy this. It's definitely the vanilla I'll read you the notes. Fresh lilac bouquet, dewy green vanilla blossom. That's all floral. But the vanilla blossom is so sweet that it kind of cuts that fresh lilac bouquet in half, because I've still tried to smell fresh cut lilacs just to see if my scent preferences have changed that much. But no, it still has a very strong floral presence, but that vanilla is so sweet that I can handle the lilacs. And again, we had lilac bushes in everyone's yard where I grew up. So that's like what you picked your mom, so you can come inside and get out of the heat. Like, look, I'm picked you flowers. I really do love the scent of lilacs, but the fresh lilac candle, woo, I just cannot. But this one is so beautiful. I just really love the sweetness that the vanilla blossom brings. So there's that one. And then we've actually made it to the end of my list, and my absolute favorite floral, which I kind of teased at the beginning, but I haven't actually shared with you, is this one because it's a new favorite. Rosewater and Ivy. I actually purchased Rosewater and Ivy to do a video. I don't do that very often, but I was working on a Schitt's Creek, what's their favorite candle, and I was like, I have to have Rosewater and Ivy. I don't know what I'm going to do with it after the video, but I'm going to keep it because I think it's good for collection purposes, yada, yada, yada. Bought it at a SAS, long story short. I never burnt it. And then I was looking for a crate of spring, like starter candles, and I ran across it. It was the one in the clear candle. I think it was a light pink wax with floral like pattern on it. Just came out last summer. but it was a candle I never really even like would smell very much or whatever. And I pulled it out and I smelled it and I was like, wow, I really like this. Like it was like getting a bouquet of flowers. How the first thing you do when you put it in the vase is like take a big sniff of it to get the like full experience. Man, this is so pretty. This is so delicate and feminine. It's soft rose petals, rain-kissed English ivy, lemon blossom, soft spring musk. I do get a perfumey note in here. I would love to have rosewater and ivy in body care, I think. Might be strong for me, but I went through that first candle. I never put it away. So I tell you guys, sometimes my burn routine is to burn it for a little bit, put it away, pick something else out. And that's kind of how I go through so many candles. I went through the entire candle. It was out in my kitchen and I just really enjoyed it. Came home every night. That was the first candle I lit. And it picks up as soon as the wick would touch the wax. Honestly, I was like, wow, I'm blown away by this candle. I picked up 2 at the last sale. I honestly almost thought about getting 6 of this candle. Like this would become a signature scent for me. But man, it is so beautiful. I'm sure all of you already know this is old news, but it's new news to me because I would never allow myself to like it before, if that makes sense. I never allowed myself to think, could you be a rosewater and ivy girl? It's a beautiful scent, and that is my absolute favorite floral. Favorite floral is a very easy way to mix up that. But it was my absolute favorite floral scent, and is what actually inspired me to kind of create my own little floral list. Now, again, super new to florals, so I know this is not an extensive list, and I do have some runner-ups. I had made my list I take pen and paper and write down the ones I love, and then I go through my collection and fill in the holes. But as I was going through my collection and filling in the holes, I was like, oh yeah, you loved Honey Wildflower last year, like big time. And I picked this one up to dip a toe into florals, actually. It's crisp pear, fresh wildflower, and sweet honey. This is very nice and crisp, sweet, a little bit fruity, but mostly you do get that like outside in the garden kind of experience. It's not a heavy garden, it's a light garden of flowers. Like I said, wildflowers are kind of considered more of light, full of spring air, and I really enjoyed this scent quite a bit, actually. I have that in the perfume as well. Okay, this one I like, but it was a one and done for me. This is Sweet Berry Peony. This is peony petals, sweet strawberries, juicy pomegranate. I know this was sort of compared to Girlfriend a little bit because I had the peony and the strawberry, but I think they turned those two on their head and actually put different versions of peony and strawberry in this candle. I don't get a lot of similarity. In the Girlfriend, I get a very strawberry forward present, but it's like sweet like candy. This is not sweet like candy strawberry. But I also really like the peony in this, but I prefer it in Girlfriend, if I'm being honest. So this was okay for me, but it wasn't a love for me. So I just have it for collection purposes, and I burnt one and I don't need to have any more. And then the last one is new to my collection, but I've actually been too scared to burn it because I haven't decided if it's going back. I know a lot of you love this candle and said it's the same exact candle as White Gardenia. I totally see how that could be. This is classic White Gardenia, sweet apple water, bamboo, and white woods. When I read those notes, I thought I could handle this candle, and it's beautiful. I actually really enjoy the scent of it on cold. But as I'm hearing it knocks you out, and I'm, thinking of my fresh cut lilacs, like fear is like a legitimate fear. I just don't know. It's still in my collection, but I don't burn and return. And I just don't know what I would do with a candle that I didn't want to burn. So I really just haven't decided, but it is strong. You can really tell this is going to be a powerhouse. This is kind of like Enchanted Peony from Homeworks. When you take the lid off, you're like, yeah, lighting this bad boy is going to throw through my house, but that's okay. Like it would be a nice way to reset your air for like a spring version. Light this for a few hours, let it go for like 6 hours, and then your air is going to smell clean and like flowers, but that's okay. I think it's nice. I think I am going to keep it. I just don't know when I'm going to need to burn it because again, I'm just dipping a toe into florals. I'm very new. Here and there I've tried one. I definitely think there are other channels that know a heck of a lot more about them than me. But now it's your turn. Let me know down below which florals I'm missing that are great, that are really popular, that are staples for a lot of you, and we'll see what they bring out. I mean, spring really has officially just started, although we're hearing about the end of spring, like spring 3 at Bath and Body Works and summer 1's coming, but I'm still very interested and curious to see what they will bring out for us. And I'm going to be on the lookout for floral notes now. I'm not going to just write them off right away without at least giving them a smell and story. So yeah, let me know down below which are your favorites, and I'm gonna let you go. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in a video probably tomorrow. Thanks guys, bye.